Chase. So let's go ahead and start with where we were right.
Yeah, so right here on air last week, well, actually Wednesday because of Halloween, I flipped my decision to pick the Bills on Sunday night. I flipped it to the Bengals, talking about how they had the better win, as much as I didn't think they were the better team, and I am very glad I did. Right, they dominated. I thought it was going to be back to back. It was thought we talked about that already. Thought it was going to be a shootout. Josh Allen kind of pointed at the Bengals, maybe made them mad. So they
I
just,
love that, by the way. That
yes,
was
it shouldn't have
awesome.
been a foul. Like
Yeah,
that is the weakest
that
flag.
was awesome. I love that.
I did too. Yeah.
I forgot
So,
about
so, I don't know, but I'm glad I flipped to the Bengals, and I only did that because of the 49ers and their loss to the Bengals the week prior. So shout out for the Bengals for beating two, quote unquote elite teams back to back. That's hard to do. So.
Yeah, so mine is kind of similar there, and all I was right is I got all three primetime picks correct. Four, if you think about the Dolphins and Chiefs game being primetime-ish. I nailed all that. So the first time I think ever in my career of getting all the primetime games correct. There's always one, that goes the other way. But so yeah, that was cool. So I could sit back, obviously rode with the Steelers, Chiefs, if you will, if that was a primetime game. The Bengals and the Chargers. So 4 for 4 on that. So I was pretty excited to hit all those primetime picks.
Yeah. I just that's impressive. I just looked through all of them to week 1, and I've only done that twice. Like, that's hard to do. You think it would be easier, right? You think the prime time was. I didn't even think of that, right? There's a lot of them where it's just that one game where it's just kind of out of your reach, right? So that is very, very impressive, right? Primetime games are throw ups, right? Even the good teams, sometimes the lights are too bright for. So primetime's fun games, hard games to pick. Where we were
Also,
wrong.
side
Oh,
note,
go ahead. Yeah, no,
forgot
go
to
ahead.
mention, so we're talking about the Chiefs are actually the first team in the NFL to win a game in 4 different countries. So there's a
Oh,
fun
that's
fact
right.
for you.
That's right. Good for them. Good for them. Now keep them in America for the rest of their
Yes,
existence.
please. I mean, I know we're undefeated in 4 countries, so maybe it's not more, whatever. But no, let's play. Let's play. Let's play it.
Well,
Let's.
you're not undefeated outside, right? Didn't you lose in Mexico City?
No, sir. We won in Mexico City.
You beat the Rams?
We beat the Rams in LA. We beat the
Yeah, but
Chargers
that Monday night
in
game against
Mexico
Jared
City.
Goff was in Mexico City, wasn't it?
No, it was going to be, but like the field was too bad, so then it
Oh, that's
became a
right. That's
game
right.
in LA.
That's right. That's right. Okay. I recant my, you're right. I forgot about that little side verb. They moved it like the week of or
Yeah,
something.
it's okay. We know you're a fake Chiefs fan, so it's okay.
Oh,
Let us lie.
well, I am a fake cheese. I'm a Packers fan. All right, back to where we were wrong. I've talked about this one. I won't spend too much time on it, but I keep picking those Jets. They've done me right sometimes. They do me wrong this time. The Jets just man, how I think I just pick them because I want Aaron Rodgers to be in the playoffs this year, come back and win that comeback player. Just show us how good he actually is. So I think my fandom of Aaron Rodgers is leading me to pick the Jets sometimes when they know they can't win, and I might have done it again this week. So wish me luck, but I think I have to ride or die with the Jets. So that Jets, I was honestly I was very confident in this upset against the Chargers. I thought they would Charger right coming off of a really top-notch win on prime time. I thought they'd come into the Monday night game against the Jets, who doesn't have a very high-powered offense, and kind of hit the brakes a little bit, and they did, but it was still enough to kind of dominate them. The Jets really hit the brakes. So shout out to the Chargers again. Herbert, I've talked about how much I love Herbert and how good he is. He wasn't the reason they won, but yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, you're definitely right. I was watching the game and I was laughing. I was like, "Oh, Chase got this one wrong."
Yes.
I figured that was going to be where you're wrong. Where I was wrong, I got it wrong. I got it wrong too. I got a bad one too, and that was when I picked the Giants to beat the Raiders. So admittedly, I had said before, I said all the whole firing clearinghouse. I said this is either going to do one of two things. One is going to sink them. They're not going to be able to overcome that. Or two is going to galvanize them. And obviously, I picked the former instead of the latter, and obviously that was wrong. Obviously, it seemed to be the galvanizing. Obviously, the Giants are a terrible team. Obviously, Daniel Jones goes out, and a lot of different things were working in their favor. But still, start to finish, they were doing it. They were partying, smoking cigars, and all like that was their Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
The vibe is shifting. The thing is shifting. It's kind of similar to exactly what happened when John Gruden left, right? It didn't sink them then. It's not sinking them now. Obviously, a little bit different as they're going out with their rookie quarterback and Aiden O'Connell. We'll see kind of how that progresses. But a good game to have for them after all that happens, right? You want to go up against a very crappy team to kind of reset yourself and kind of move forward. And so they were able to do that against a terrible Giants team. Um, Daniel Jones, obviously torn ACL, he's out for the season. So the Giants are pretty much screwed at quarterback. Tyrod Taylor's on injured reserve. They just got Timmy DeVito, and
Tommy
somebody
DeVito.
else, Tommy DeVito. So they're screwed.
Yeah.
They weren't really,
Unscrewed before,
unscrewed
right?
before, yeah. But they're even screwed now.
Yeah.
But I mean, Daniel Jones is playing awesome. He gets the bag, and now he's injured. Like he's getting money, but like the real question is going to be: Are they going to stick by that and keep him on the roster? Like, is he done? I see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, Daniel Jones, like this is it for Daniel Jones, like he's done," and I would have to agree with it. Like he showed nothing. Like even last year when he showed flashes of some things, like okay, he's kind of got at least a little bit going on. It looks like Brian Daboll is able to kind of work his magic over Daniel Jones. Let's see what year 2 looks like. But year 2 was even worse than any of his other years before. And now he's injured, so now he's got that, stigma on him now. He's been injured. He has to come back from all that stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised because they could pay him, they pay him a lot of money, like $40 million. But in hindsight, that's not like as much as the other quarterbacks are getting. It's not a lot, really. But I could see them, especially with the way this quarterback class is up. They're going to have a high pick. They're not going to win a game the rest of the season. I could see where they move off of him.
Yeah, I agree with you to an aspect. I think his time as a starting quarterback is done. I don't think you can pay him that much money 1 year and then absolutely just get rid of him. I think he'll still be on the roster. They draft a quarterback, kind of use him as a bridge quarterback. We'll see maybe like Bo Nix or whatever quarterback they move in.
So how bridge is he going to be though? He's going to be injured, right? We saw Kyler Murray's just coming back now, and he tore his ACL a year. It's like he's coming back now to midweek. So like he's not. I mean, he's going to be able to like whisper in his ear and kind of coach him and stuff like that. But you really want Daniel Jones, if you're Brian Daboll, like you really want Daniel Jones teaching your rookie quarterback how to play quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he's the starter for the Giants again. Like unless like Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson thing happens, right? But I think the Daniel Jones experiment as a franchise quarterback is officially done with this injury, and I agree there. And I think it should be, right? I think it should have been done before this injury. I think this is just kind of the nail in the coffin, as they say, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were on it whenever everything happened that we were like, this is a stupid decision. So, and this is what happens when you make stupid decisions. You F around, you find out. But that is where we were right and where we were wrong. Let us know some of the takes you had where you were right and you were wrong there in the comments.